Hello everyone. This presentation will be the first pitch of my bachelor thesis. The title of my work is Quantifying Level Design, Network Analysis as a Tool to Dissect, Conceptualize and Visualize Level Layouts in Video Games. What do I mean by that, and why is it relevant? Well, when I read about level design, I found that the existing books on the topic speak mostly about player psychology and applying game mechanics to spaces. However, they don't offer a lot of terms to understand and speak about the resulting level layouts themselves. If they existed, the discussions revolved around assigning broad categories to classify levels. For example, grammar differentiated between linear, semi-linear and non-linear levels. A linear level directs the player along a single path, which leaves little room for choice. A non-linear one allows players to explore a world unconstrained. And finally, a semi-linear level alternates between relatively free sections and directed ones. These categories offer a basic understanding of design principles, but they lack analytical depth. Describing incremental differences between different level layouts was difficult, and this frustrated me. So soon I started searching for a more flexible and reliable methodology to describe, catalog, and compare level layouts with each other. Inspiration came to me during my research last semester. The researchers Hillier and Hansen, among other things, introduced me to the idea of representing spatial layouts as graphs. And graphs are fascinating and versatile tools. They can represent complex networks of relations with relatively simple data points. They can be used to research a whole range of topics, including linguistics, economics, and ecology, and they can be used for visualization and as a basis to perform mathematical analysis at the same time. And lastly, a large body of work on analyzing graphs already exists under the term network analysis. So with this in mind, I will work towards a framework that uses network analysis to describe, compare, and analyze game levels. To develop the methodology, I will address four main points in my thesis. I will introduce the basis of network analysis to an audience of game scholars and practitioners. I will identify meaningful measures to describe game levels. I will find and test an accessible tool to do the calculations with. And I will develop guidelines for translating any game level into a graph. Especially the last point will be a challenge. A precise and transparent procedure is essential to turn observations from different game levels into comparable graph data sets. To demo these findings, I want to analyze a game level from an existing game. My idea was to pick one from Dishonored 2 as an example, as this game supports several approaches and playstyles in every level, which I hope makes for intriguing layouts. And the result of this analysis will inform the critical reflection of the methodology in the concluding discussion. For the practical part, I want to reverse the role of the graph and the level. Here I want to attempt to generate a functional and aesthetically pleasing level from an input graph. Thematically, this project will be an interpretation of the labyrinth that Daedalus built to contain the Minotaur from Greek mythology. As you can see, my stylistic preference would be to work with abstract visual language and warm earthen tones. I'm currently experimenting with geometry nodes in Blender and Houdini to implement the basis of the procedural level generation. I want to realize the final level in Unreal 5 then. My plan is to finish the majority of my research by the middle of October and have a first draft ready by the middle of November. In parallel, I want to build the toolset for my practical part and settle the fundamental aesthetic decisions. Then I will create a procedural level to the best of my ability. And that's it. Thanks for listening to this presentation. I wish everyone the best of luck. Please don't hesitate to comment underneath the posts in spaces. Goodbye.